In this video I go from this handclap sound to this sound. So in this video I want to transform a small sound into a big cinematic sound, and the sound I'm going to record is just a handclap. I have here a Rode NTG4 microphone just outside the camera view on the desk. So I'm just going to clap in my hands once, record it into Ableton, and then show you how you can transform that sound with some simple effects with distortion, reverb and delay into a big sound. There are many effects available both in plugins as well as pedals that are basically multi-effects, so they're a combination of the basic building blocks. I want to show you in this video that with the basic building blocks in Ableton or any other kind of DAW, you can create those big cinematic sounds. So there's no need to necessarily purchase those multi-effects. If you understand the building blocks, you can create them yourself. Without further ado, let's go to Ableton and let's record a handclap. So very simple. Let's lower the volume of the clap a little bit. And let's copy this to a new audio track. So let's save the original and let's color code this. And the first thing I want to do is to pitch this sound down. So I'm going to go to the clip -24, that's 2 octaves. And the first effect I'm going to use is a distortion. So I'm going to go to here, pedal. Load that up. I'm going to use distortion mode of the pedal, put the gain on 25, dry wet on 75, and also enable the sub. Let's see how that sounds. Maybe lower the volume a little bit. So it creates a nice kind of distorted sound. The second thing is of course a reverb. So there are 2 reverbs in Ableton. You have the standard one and then there's the hybrid one. I'm going to go for the hybrid, and I'm actually going to look up a preset, maybe just the first one, the artificial flutter hole. Let's see how that sounds. That's nice, but it's a bit short, so let's increase the size and also the decay, maybe something like 5.7 seconds. That's already much better. Moving on, after the reverb, now we want a delay, and I'm just going to go for the standard delay in Ableton and tweak the settings. So the time is at 3. Let's do an offset of 12% for the right channel so we get a little bit of a stereo spread. Let's increase the feedback. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We're getting a big sound. Let's filter the output a little bit towards the high frequencies, or let the high frequencies pass. Let's filter out the low frequencies. So this is a good starting point. We have a pedal, distortion, a reverb and a delay. Now we have used all the effects. I said we're only going to use these 3 effects. But we're going to use duplicates. So let's load up another pedal after the delay. And in this time we want to use the fuzz, but just a little bit. So I'm going to put the gain still on 25, which is quite high, but I'm going to lower the dry wet. So maybe put the dry wet to 25. As well. Let's see how that sounds. And as you can hear, you kind of really grain up the tail of the sound. So that is exactly what we want. We don't want to add any sub or any bass. So we leave the other settings as is. Let's rename this to pedal 2. And I want to add one more effect. The sound is kind of nice like it is now, but as you notice, it's also very static. Like every time you would play this, it is exactly the same. So we want to bring in some modulation, and I'm thinking to add another delay. Let's rename this to delay 2 modulation. And with this delay, I want to create a little bit of movement in the sound. So I'm gonna first change the time to maybe like 2 seconds and the feedback to 90. And in this way, you create that kind of metallic-y sound. Let's again enable the filter, so we filter out the low frequencies. The dry wet needs to come down a little bit. So now we have a little bit of the metallic sound, but not too much. And then there is a LFO within this delay, and it says modulation here, rate, filter, time. We want to affect the time, so let's put that on like 50. And as you can now hear the kind of, if you modulate the time of a delay, it kind of feels like the space is like expanding and shrinking. So maybe we want to go a bit faster, then let's put it at 1.5 hertz. Or 1.2. So now there is some kind of movement. It's not synced to the tempo, so every time you play it, it's a little bit different. So just to recap, we started with a hand clap recorded with the NTG4 Rode microphone, and it sounds like this. And then we created from the single hand clap with only the stock effects in Ableton, no plugins, only 3 different effects. In total, we used the pedal twice and we used the delay twice. So it's 5 effects in total. We created this sound. Alright, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments how you create these more complex effects, whether you use only stock effects or plugins, how you combine them, what kind of modulation you apply. Thanks for watching this video. Keep making music. See you in the next one.